Hello, Teacher Jenny here. Welcome to our brick and mortar teachers. This is the second class in a series of how to set up your online classroom. Video number 1 was about setting up your online classroom, like the physical aspects, your computer, background lighting. If you wish to watch that, go check out my other videos. In this class, we're going to talk about methods used in an online classroom. I will do some demonstration and also talk about reasons why and best practices. Also, if you may be asked by your school district to use a system like Skype, or maybe there's other online platforms where you can use a PowerPoint and you teach through that, like in group. They're used in business settings and stuff like that. I'm not going to address the use of those PowerPoints and things today. They're great for older classes, especially when you have to use a lot of photos and you have a lot of information like history and dates and things like that. A lot of information you're trying to get through. This video is primarily for elementary teachers, those working with small children who might have short attention spans and whom you may want to make a specified material for. If you think about making a PowerPoint, it's going to take a lot of back-end work to get that prepared to share. This is what I like, the quick and dirty method. This is something that you're able to produce in less than an hour and could be repeated every day for your class. You're not going to create 7, 8 hours of material like you would have in your normal classroom. It's going to be condensed, but honestly, the kids don't want to be in school right now. So keeping it short, sweet, and to the point is really going to help them. And it'll also give something for parents to work off of. As you create videos, you'll want to have moments where you say, okay, now I want you to pause and you're going to do blah, 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 blah. And so even though your video might be half an hour long, 40 minutes long, it's going to take them a couple hours to complete everything that you've given them. You're just being like the guiding narrator that's going to take them through their assignments and projects, which is very comforting because they love you and they miss you. And so you're being there to guide them through it really is going to help. So today I'm going to do 3 short lessons. I have a little spelling and a little math and a bit of reading and comprehension. So let's go through it and I'll just show you what I would do if I was teaching these lessons. Hi everybody! Here is your spelling list for this week. Let's go through these words. Swimming, mitten, summon, needed, popping, nodded, batting. Okay, we're going to take a little pretest to see how much you know. Don't worry if you don't get all the answers right. This is the pretest, and then we'll know which words we need to practice. I'm going to say the words one by one, and I want you to write them down on a piece of paper. If you need to, pause the video and go get a pencil and paper. Okay, you're back. The first word is swimming. Swimming. And I would go through the whole list, letting them write them down at each time. All right, everybody, let's check and see what you got right. Pause the video and see how many words you got right and how many you got wrong. Okay, your first assignment today is I want you to write the whole list one time. I also want you to write the words that you spelled wrong 5 times. This way you can have the practice you need so that you can remember it for the final test at the end of the week. Okay, that was very, very brief. But as you can see, we're stopping in between each section so that the students can do an action. Usually, probably one that you normally do or however you run your spelling tests. Okay, so let's move on to math. Okay, everybody, I want you to write down these 3 problems, pause the video, and copy them in your notebook. Okay, now that you've gotten them copied, I want you to solve each equation. Stop the video and solve your equation. All right, let's see how we did. If you have any answers that were wrong, put an X next to it and write that number at the top of your page, or however you have them correct their work. And this can be continued for as many equations as we have. If you're working with the 6th graders that are getting closer to, geometry or other things, you can also do step-by-step instruction using a whiteboard and a dry erase marker. These make lovely whiteboards. This is just a laminated piece of construction paper, but I can write whatever I need to. A squared plus B squared equals C squared, and we can work on things together. As you notice, most of this work is using papers that I've already completed beforehand, and I'm just showing it. Or I can use a whiteboard if I, think of something that a student might need instruction on. Rewrite that and write the equation and show them. Being more interactive, you know what your lessons are. Okay. This last one might require a little practice, but as we love reading time, it's a little tricky because when you're looking at a camera, it's not like a mirror. Like I'm raising my right hand, and in here it's not flipped like a mirror. I'm really raising my right hand. So when you're looking at books and things, it will just take a little practice. And that's the beauty of the webcam test that we talked about in video 1. I can use the webcam test and see what my webcam looks like, and I can just practice all day in front of it before being recorded or anything. I don't have to be recorded. Or just open your camera without it recording and just look at yourself so that you don't get the weird, I'm not in a mirror, I'm in a camera effect. But as I can read the story, and there's different people involved in this. But at the end, I can just put down the book and say, in the story, who ate the pie? Pause your video, and write your answer. All right, question number 2. In the story, who was sad at the end? Pause and answer the question. And so again, the students can pause and start again. I hope this video is just a little bit helpful. It's just important to think about our classrooms. If you prepare your material ahead of time, I want to cover these few things. I want the students to be thinking about things and kind of treat it like you think about like Dora the Explorer. She asks a question and waits for that answer. In your video, wait for that answer. Let them pause it, let them write things down, and that way you can get feedback from your students. You can have them scan it and send it back to you, or if you're just gonna collect it once everyone's back, whatever. It's really no mind, but you can get that feedback from them and you can really keep helping your students. I know it's tempting to just feel like, oh, we got to give up. The year's over, but really, if you can make this fun and engaging and they can see your face every day, you can keep a lot of them on track. and I think you'll find it a really rewarding experience. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask down below. Also, hopefully we'll talk about soon on how, after you've created your video, how to post it onto YouTube. And that's another little thing. If you're not previously posting on YouTube, there's a way when you post your video to make it public to the world, which we might not want to do, or it can be set up with a special link that only people that have your link can watch your video. And this is really valuable because you can take that link and send it to your students or the parents of your students, and they can have access to the link without, sharing it with the whole world. So it really is a great platform. I'm suggesting YouTube just because if you're trying to send a lengthy video, it's often the files are too big to just send in regular email. And so you'll need a third-party site to post them on just to handle the data that you're creating. Anyways, good luck everyone. You can do it. See you soon.